Hey guys, welcome back to the Now Apocalypse After Show. We're talking all things unknown pleasures with your favorite couples, plus a fourth if you add Tice. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us on the Now Apocalypse After Show. I am your host, Chae Jones, and I am with the ever beautiful, ever lovely, ever amazingly person who can do so many accents, it's ridiculous, Miss Nikki Bailey.
Hello, Chae. How are you today?
Her and Laura at the same time.
I'm going to actually sound like myself so the poor podcast people listening will know who. Hi, guys.
So they actually know your
so
voice.
they know my voice.
Guys, we're talking unknown pleasure today, which is the title of our episode. So we're going to start with one of, was it supposed to be an amazing experience when you're in a threesome? But for Sev, Tice, and Ford, it's a little awkward.
There was a lot of unknowns. There's so many unknowns. There's so many unknowns in this show. So just generally, I'm going to give you my first overview of the episode.
Go ahead.
First overview of the episode was sex. There's a lot of sex in this episode. I was quite pleased with the sexiness of the episode. And the sexiness. This is a very good sex episode. And wow, so much to talk about with this threesome that went so wrong.
Very, very wrong. My overall thoughts for this episode.
Bounce, chicka, bounce, bounce.
Well,
music.
this is actually the first episode
that
was just
music.
completely sex and didn't have an alien mentioned or anything. It was just about these three different relationships developing in their own way during this one period of a night. Mm-hmm. And everybody's relationship obviously is different.
Oh yeah, there was a lot to take in. And I wondered while watching it if we were advancing the storyline at all, but I do think we have. So I'm excited to talk about the ways I feel like this sex episode, the sexisode.
Sexcapade.
No, but you got to combine sex and episode. So sexisode. Whatever. Anyway,
Sexisode.
This sexisode.
I think that's a better word.
So yeah. So do you want to do? Are we starting with?
We're gonna start with
threesome?
Sev, Tice, and Ford. Now, Ford, big surprise. He's expecting a great surprise from Sev, and he does get one in the form of Tice, who we met on last week's episode at the sex party.
Which I predicted. I hope you remember.
Yes.
I did predict last week that Sev was going to try to get Ford into bed with a man because of that whole thing, him pointing out that guy, who ended up being Tice, at the party last week and saying how much he loved his arms. And Sev and Ford are working on their whole trying to be like polyamorous or open or whatever they're doing. And Ford is trying to be a game, trying to play the game, trying to go along for the ride. But then Sev's going to surprise him with a hot dude.
Granted,
whose arms, Ford actually did find nice. But it doesn't mean that, if you compliment what someone looks like, it doesn't mean you want to have sex with them.
that is true. And also the fact that she surprised him with them. I feel she should have at least given him a heads up that, hey, it's not going to be a girl. Just so at least when he comes into the situation, he can prepare himself.
Yeah.
Because now he does not know how to act, how to be.
Yeah.
And then Sev lets, Ford know that she had two goals in life. First goal was to be an astrobiological theorist, which she has become.
Nailed it.
By the time she was 23, which is an amazing accomplishment for a woman. Thank you so much.
For anyone.
True. And two, if Ford would be so happy to oblige her, she wants to be spit roasted.
I thought that Sev was highly manipulative with this entire turn of events. First of all, this is not good sex etiquette. Not good sex etiquette. I'm going to just make up words tonight. I'm combining words today. So it wasn't good etiquette. You're supposed to have conversations with your partner. And this is true for not just for Sev and Ford, but also for Carly and Jethro. You should have conversations with your partner before you spring some new action on them. And then Sev being so nasty about how Ford reacted to it. She was just mean. I thought she was mean. And And up till now, I have been kind of like, yay for Sev being a sexual adult woman, showing us like, that it's wonderful and okay to be sexual and free. But this time she's like shaming Ford because he didn't want to have sex with this guy that she didn't even ask him permission about first. Like, that was just wrong.
I actually do agree with that, especially because Ford apparently is just a rare person. Like he said, that he's just straight. There is no swaying either way, the way it takes you. He's not fluid. He is just happens to be straight. So now that, that answers the question. We know Ford is just plain straight. Totally fine. But also, like you said, you need to have communication with your partner to actually, if it's not okay, and you can't even, like you're saying, manipulate him. She was definitely also guilting him because he does want to please Sev, and she's like, oh my gosh, it's a turn on, like watching two men have sex, which is not, she wasn't wrong. That's most women do have that fantasy.
I feel like watching anybody having sex is a turn on.
True. I mean, facts. But however, let's say if you're a straight woman, but then you see two gay men just going at it, that oddly turns you on because you're just like,
nice.
Whoa, wow, nice. Okay. I mean, I'm still going to watch,
Right.
And that is a turn on. But also, like you said, manipulating your partner into doing what you want when they're not comfortable, they're not feeling safe in their space. That's not okay.
Mean. It was just mean. And I felt like having Tice there highlighted the dysfunction in the relationship between Sev and Ford. Because Tice was the one who called out, you know what? Ford's not comfortable. And if Ford's not comfortable, I'm not comfortable.
Yeah.
And it's a shame because Ford didn't feel like he could say that to Sev. And they needed this outside person to sort of show them that, like, how you're handling this relationship and this communication is bad. And I'm glad that Ford had this really great interaction with Tice where he, like, found out that, like, it's okay to have feelings about stuff and it's okay to talk about these things and it's and that it was okay for him to stand up for himself. So I really liked that, and I loved that. Like, I think I wrote down, it's so nice. I think Ford made a new friend. I think.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I think I wrote. Oh yeah, like I wrote Ford makes a new friend in Tice. Nice. I'm glad Tice. Yeah, I'm glad that Tice modeled appropriate behavior. That's what I wrote.
I love that word. Just appropriate behavior.
Appropriate behavior.
I definitely agree. The bromance between Tice and Ford, like, they definitely legit will probably be friends after this.
Yeah.
I really do actually believe that. But also, like I said, it takes the outsider to see what's going wrong in your own relationship for the light to be shown.
Sometimes.
Because there is something dysfunctionally wrong.
Yeah.
And, like, you both need to talk about it.
Agreed.
Because if you don't, then you're not getting what you want out of the relationship and you're going to be miserable. And then now, because you're not doing what I want, I'm not getting what I want out of the relationship, but now I'm miserable.
Exactly.
So and the fact that I actually do like what she was saying about women are always objectified. They always are. Like, we're always about the man's pleasure versus a woman's pleasure. So the fact that that's what she was trying to do, I can't agree with that, but the way she went about it is totally wrong. And two, also then telling Tice he doesn't know what it's like to be objectified. When you say it to a black man,
okay,
that's just a wrong word to say.
Okay.
Hashtag problematic, like he said.
It was, I'm sorry, like a classic, like, white girl thing, like white lady thing.
Or French women.
It was like, come on, dude. Like, really? Like, you're going to tell this black dude about how not to be objectified when you're objectifying him in the moment? I thought her speech about how women are objectified with sex and blah, 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 all of that was really great, but not relevant to the situation they were in.
No, it really wasn't.
It was not. It was like get off your soapbox, right? Get off your soapbox and stop trying to manipulate and guilt people into getting your way. Like, that was just wrong.
And I'm like, if you really just wanted to go have a threesome, just don't tell Ford if you go have a threesome. Apparently, you really want to do it.
She wants to do it with Ford, so I'm guessing that's why. But she obviously doesn't respect him. She doesn't have any. I think that, and what did you think of? Here, I'm going to ask you this before I state my opinion. What did you think of the morning after? Like, the morning after conversation, and you see Ford and Severine in bed. What did you think of what was said there? Do you remember?
The fact that she wasn't mad, but she was frustrated and disappointed. I feel like it's halfway another manipulative move, and she's also just trying to guilt him into what she still wants.
Right.
It was just a guilt move.
I agree. Totally guilty. Totally guilt move, right? Trying to be manipulative. And then poor Ford with the
puppy dog eyes.
With the puppy dog eyes and the, like, reaffirming to her that he's still committed to their experimentation with having, with non-monogamy. And I'm like, you should have broke up with her, Ford. I thought he was.
For me, the waking up together surprised me only because after what happened, you should have went to your place. You should have just went home.
Right.
Had time apart. Because just because you're sleeping in bed with the same person doesn't mean the conflict is resolved. And also, you should never go to bed angry or in dysfunction with your partner. That's just a rule for relationships, too.
It is, but it's easier said than done. But
true. Unless you also commit to that. Obviously, they have not.
But they're not communicating well enough to have any of that. So
they are not. So... Yeah. And speaking of people who are not communicating, Carly and Jethro.
Ooh,
but before we talk about Carly and Jethro, Nikki has something to tell you all.
I have to tell you, AfterBuzzers, how much we love and adore you. We love and adore what we get to do here at AfterBuzz TV. We love that we get to be the ESPN of television talk. What? And because we love it so much, we want to keep doing it. You can help us do that. You can help us continue the cool work that we're doing that we all enjoy, being a part of by doing something really cool. Subscribe to our YouTube channels and, I don't know, maybe subscribe to us on iTunes and, I don't know, maybe also find us on Spotify and anywhere that you know that we're going to be, you can leave comments and give us 5 stars, and we will be so very happy. And we read all that stuff, so we would love to hear from you. Did anyone say anything else?
Oh no, that ding was everything. Ding, check.
Yay.
Because we seriously, we do, guys, appreciate you.
We
you have
so
no
appreciate
idea.
it.
We do love your comments. Some of them are just really funny. They're just freaking hilarious, and I check every week just because I'm not paranoid, but what is it? Obsessive. I have an obsessive compulsive thing where I just like to check and see what you guys have to say.
Yeah, and you can also, if you want, you can also live chat with us while we're actually doing the show. So next week, make a plan. Be with us to live chat with us on YouTube.
Especially because after this, there's only 2 episodes
Only 2.
left.
Anyway, let's get back
to Carly and Jethro. So Carly, she has to get out of her apartment. She just couldn't deal with her roommate, so she decided to get Jethro and take him to a BDSM dungeon. Specifically, into a medical room, which is one of the theme rooms in a classic BDSM dungeon. That was a very expensive medical room. I'm just gonna say that first off.
Because they had X-rays,
X-rays, and everything.
It wasn't just props. It was like it looked like real medical equipment. Yeah.
I had to give it up. Guys, thank you. Everybody, like, legit, the art director on the show, Sage, said everything. You guys killed it.
But they do it every time, though. I really feel like the people who are responsible for the visuals on this show are so good. Everything from the costumes to the lighting, and this BDSM dungeon was no exception. I thought it was great. Yeah,
especially Carly's leather outfit. It was perfect for a dom.
It was really good and still cutesy in her way. Yeah.
It fit her perfectly. Mm-hmm. So Jethro was also surprised by being there because she kind of kidnapped versioned him into it.
The first thing that I wrote in my notes: surprise BDSM is not cool. Like, you can't just surprise people with BDSM play. You have to have conversations about it.
That is true.
Carly,
all these conversations are very important, especially when you're going into rougher or kinkier areas in a relationship. Mm-hmm. I mean, granted, they have been experimenting, but most of it has been at her house. So now that it's actually coming out of said quote-unquote comfort place, you really would need to have a conversation with your partner to let them know, hey, we're going to try something new. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And the something new she tries... I mean,
it works for a second. She tries sensual waterboarding, And for some people, they're actually into breath play. They're actually into needle fire play, which is totally cool.
All okay. Yeah.
It's all okay when you sign on to it and you have a conversation before it.
Right.
Though granted, Jethro seemed to be into it a little bit.
I felt like it was hard to tell if he was into it. Like,
I mean, granted,
it was like she would waterboard him and then jerk him off for a second. So like that seems like a lot of cognitive dissonance for me. Like, what do you do with that? Like I can't breathe. Oh, that feels good. I can't breathe. Oh, that's a lot of, back and forth there. So
I feel like she should have been doing it at the same time, because at least then, like, once you were able to breathe, your focus is pushed back to that instead of waterboarding and then, oh, now I'm not waterboarding, now you can breathe, and then I'm jumping you.
You don't have to show us. Chae, if you're not watching, Chae actually showed us the movement that went with the jerking off. And
probably not correctly either. Let's be real clear about this. Probably
indeed.
Still not correctly. I don't know if it's correct action movement or not, but
it would get the job done. So yeah,
fingers crossed.
This is AfterBuzz After Dark, people. If you didn't know, now you do.
It gets real here. Also, so Carly, then rides Jethro to her own completion, leaving him unsatisfied. Mm-hmm. And, she wants to try even pegging. And he's like, I'm not cool with that. I'm not there yet. Wait. But the fact that you even said yet was just like, oh, maybe.
Which was refreshing.
Maybe we can get
time.
there.
Yeah.
However, until they got into the conversation of, I don't want anybody to know about what we're doing, not even your best friend Ulie. And Carly had to admit, my best friend Ulie knows. He went with me to pick up the waterboarding supplies.
At Bed Bath and More.
I love that you called it more beyond, however, but still, that was really funny. And the fact that, showed the scene of him, trying
it, right.
She was like, I think either one will make you more brain damagey.
Depending on the thread count. Either one will do the trick.
Anyone will do the trick.
Yeah.
Because of humans, we need oxygen in our brains. And if we lack that, there's brain damage that will be caused.
What did you think of Jethro asking her to keep secret? What did you think of that?
I felt like she should respect it. I mean, obviously, if she's already talked about it with Ulie, I'm not going to not talk about it with my best friend no more, because he knows.
Right.
But anybody else, okay, only because it is his right not to have his personal business talked about.
Right.
It just is. However, she kind of has a point of, one, why does anybody care? And two, your fans are necrophiliacs. You're dead. You don't have any real lines, sir.
Well, he's obviously delusional with the idea that he even has fans, because he's played how many dead bodies now?
Three that we've seen so far.
So obviously he doesn't probably even have fans. But I thought it was an okay ask, right? Like, I mean, if you're in a relationship, you don't need your partner's friends and family to know all the details, whether they're sexual or emotional or otherwise. Some stuff just stays in the couple. You don't have to share that with other people. So.
True, but that also just means you need to find someone who also wants to keep the secret with you. Because if you know the kind of person I am and we've been together for long enough, you should also feel comfortable with me just talking to my friend. It's not really going to go anywhere else. At the same time,
maybe I feel like it was,
because it's like you said, it's her life too.
It is,
and she has a right to talk about her side of it as well.
Totally, but I mean, I think the whole idea is that she's not really giving him an opportunity to make choices about any of this. She's just like, hey, now we're at a dungeon and you are getting waterboarded. He didn't get to make choices about any of this. So the least she could do, as far as I'm concerned, is keep his one request, which was to not tell other people. He's not even mad that she sprung all this madness on him. You got to give it to Jethro. He's trying to stay in there. He's trying to do what he needs to do to keep his woman happy. But she's being a little ungrateful, and I think kind of a bitch.
Oh, wow. Harsh words.
Harsh words, and I said it right here. And I don't use the B word. I'm anti-B word. But I feel like Carly deserved it right there and then. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I agree that because it was his only request, yes, she should keep it. However, I'm going to keep your secret, but also if I already talked with my best friend, and I tell my best friend everything, that's the one person I would just say you cannot have me not tell. Like,
I don't know.
if we're gonna do that, we have to come promise. Like, nobody else, but if my friend already knows, because this has been going on for weeks, he knows. So it's not like I'm gonna be shouting to my roommate or new one if I got one when I get home or not, or the UNICEF family that's in my bathroom right now.
I also feel like it says something about how Carly really feels about him, though, if she's not willing to sort of like keep this in their relationship. Because I feel like, and maybe this is just because I'm now in a committed lifelong relationship. I'm like, no, there's definitely stuff in my relationship that I don't want to talk about other people that I don't want my partner talking to other people, and that I wouldn't even share with someone else. So like, just because there's stuff that's just ours, and it should be just ours. So I feel like it says something about what how Carly feels about Jethro, and whether or not she even respects him, that she's not willing to sort of make this one little, and yeah, I get it. You want to be able to talk about your life with someone else. You want to be able to like share with your friends, but like, you get permission from your partner before you share the intimacies of our relationship. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I do like that. However, I am not in a committed relationship.
So for you.
So for me, and so some people, like my best friend or my mom, I tell my mom and I tell my best friend everything.
You cannot tell your mom about your relationship, like the intimacies of your relationship.
Okay, I wouldn't go so deep, but I do that's my best friend, and I just have to tell her everything. Like, actually, with my best friend, I tell my best friend everything. Like, legit, I've actually talked about BDSM with my best friend while her boyfriend is sitting right next to her. Like, it's happened.
I'm just saying, when you meet the person that you're going to be in a relationship with, have them watch this episode of the after show. They need to know what they're getting into.
I will tell them to their face. They don't need to watch anything.
I'm going to just be like, you're going to like invite me to like your engagement party, and I'm going to be like, yo, let me talk to you for a minute. Chae kind of shady.
No, but for me, that's going to depend on if I'm really truly in love with somebody. There might be aspects of me, because normally I'm really open as an individual, and I will talk about anything with anybody because I just like that. Like Carly, I'm open. I don't really have that many secrets, and I really don't care about what other people think. However, if I really am truly loving you, and that is something you want me to keep, it might kill me to keep the secret.
But you would? Okay.
I would attempt.
All right. I'll give
and
you
at least he can expect from me, or she can expect from me, is to try.
I got it. All right.
The attempt was made.
Okay.
Also, because they did make a safe word, which was triggered.
That she ignored.
Which we'll get to. So they go into a little, after the whole pecking thing, they go to a little fight, and they head down the little hallway into a nursery with a giant crib for Jethro to play a baby. Mm-hmm. Whatever you're into, guys. Whatever you're into. And it goes downhill from there. Because one, she ignores the safe word multiple times. I think he said it, 6 or 8
many
times. And technically, if you have a safe word, the safe word is for a reason. The safe word is what's supposed to stop everything. So you can take a break, have a conversation. Mm-hmm. But she's taking out her frustration with Jethro to a whole new level. And that's also the thing. Never bring your personal, if it's not pleasure or right for the person you're supposed to, as you're supposed to be taking care of the sub, never use your anger in the scene ever.
Right. And this is good BDSM rules, but it's also like good rules for life, right? Like if you have like an issue with your partner about this, don't bring it into that. Like, that's not cool. Yeah.
Especially when you're as a top, you're supposed to take care of your sub.
Exactly.
That is how it works.
Exactly.
And the sub is supposed to trust you enough, if the safe word is used, that you will stop. That's what the safe word is for, and that's what being a sub is supposed to expect from the top person.
Agreed. But they've never had a conversation about BDSM and the rules, so there's no way that
And they're also doing a whole trial by eras. They don't have a contract. Whatever you think about contracts, guys, they are useful, because everybody knows what is expected of them in this relationship, especially if you're going into a dom and sub relationship.
Agreed.
Regardless.
What did you think of Carly critiquing Jethro as an actor during this whole thing?
Accurate?
It was accurate, but was it okay?
no, only because, like I said, you're not supposed to use your anger.
Yeah,
anger,
like she was just mean.
Anger, because she's not even so much angry at Jethro about his acting so much as, oh, Kai just effing Star Wars. And now you are talking about you want your fans not to know about your sordid sex life when my manager or agent just quit me.
Yeah.
And this is not the time, sir.
Because for real, what Carly really needs right now is therapy.
It would save her a little bit of time.
And I know she don't have the money for that right now because she's, making her money off pee. But still, like, she needs therapy. Just FYI. Sorry. I get very into my characters, and like
she gets very into her characters, guys.
I do.
But Carly, after ignoring his safe word usage, just hacks up to in this amazing, just pink latex, something straight out of Barbie that I love so much. That coat was everything.
It was very cute.
And she's like, just because that's your own problem. You didn't come. I am not. I'm done. We're done. I'll wait for you in the car. And Jethro, attempts to. He's almost there when he opens his eyes. And there is a pig man with no top on, just some undies,
staring at him,
scaring the living daylights out of Jethro.
Jethro's like highly traumatized by this entire situation.
Well, he said that room was like the creepiest haunted house he's ever seen. Which technically a little bit, it scared me. Only because that's not my kink, and right. I can't. No.
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
But you know what's not a lot?
What?
Uly and Isaac.
Oh my god, they're so cute.
They are just.
Oh my god, I love
one of the only stable relationships right now that we've seen in this episode.
Like there was something real there. Like you could tell that there was some real affection, real tenderness. They cared about each other. It was adorbs.
So before we really get into their whole different scenes that they experienced this episode, how did you feel about the morning wake up of using the toothbrush and using the bathroom? What was your thoughts on that?
It was adorably awkward. I loved how like cute and sweet and awkward it was. Like it was like, first of all, because that's the reality, right? Like after you sleep with someone for the first time, then you have the first morning after where you kind of discover for the first time what are this person's idiosyncrasies in the morning, right? So, or in general, and the whole idea that Isaac can't kiss without brushing his teeth because he's weirded out about morning breath, and then the whole thing that Uly had a toothbrush for him, and then they were in the bathroom together. It was so cute. It was so adorable. So adorable. I'm trying to find the, so when Uly wanted to go into the bathroom with Isaac, and Isaac's like, you're going to come to the bathroom with me? He's like, yeah. He's like, naked? Like, what he did with his hand? Naked? That made me holler.
That was really funny. Because I don't want to be like, one, it's kind of my bathroom. So, sir, I kind of like, you're going to keep me in my bathroom. And I got a pee, and I'm already naked. So, yes, naked is the choice I am making today.
But it was really cute to see, like, their differences. Obviously, Isaac is a little bit more conservative, so he puts his shorts back on, needs to brush his teeth before he kisses.
But he did kiss him, which was really interesting. Because even though he said it, you still kissed him not realizing you had morning breath for a second.
Yeah.
And that is telling, too.
Right, because they were into each other enough that, I thought they were adorable.
What I loved about it was, like you said, it was awkward, it was adorable, but it also just seemed so real and just flowed so nicely. Like, as awkward as it wasn't as awkward as it could have been.
Yeah.
And it seemed like their relationship, even though they've just met and only spent, like, a couple hours together.
Yeah.
It was like they've been together for a while, though.
Even the whole, like, back and forth over, like, the faces that they were made. Like, Isaac's like, don't look at me like that. And Yuli's like, what are you talking about? And, like, that whole thing was so cute. And they didn't say a lot, but you could see the exchange, which to me is a credit to the casting, a credit to the actors, to the directors, to the writing. Because I felt like in that moment, like, it was such a real moment, and they were so adorable. I was just like, shipping. I totally ship Isaac and Uly now. I was still holding out for Gabriel until this episode. And now I'm all about Isaac. I'm all about Isaac and Uly now.
Whoa. it starts off with Uly, saying, F it, come on, we're just going to do this now. And them just, throwing off clothes as they go. What are your preferences? Are you a top or bottom? It doesn't matter. I want to do everything with you, as Isaac says. First of all, I love that. And the fact that Uly asked for his to use a condom because he doesn't have PrEP, because he doesn't have health insurance. He doesn't have
health insurance,
which is a lot of us in LA. We just don't have it, can't afford it. And I actually had to look at what PrEP means. So PrEP is pre-exposure prophylaxis. Is a new HIV prevention approach to reduce the risk of becoming infected, which is cool. And then to find out that Isaac is saying to Uly, you have Medicaid. You probably qualify, and it's free for you. Oh, new information.
Educational moment.
Right?
Hello, thank you now, Apocalypse, for helping everybody who needs to be on PrEP know that if they just got on Medicaid, the Medicaid will cover it. Hello.
And it's free for you.
Thanks, Greg Araki, for helping everybody stay safe out there.
And I loved all their scenes this entire episode. They were so sweet. Just the scene of even the after and them just like laying side by side. And it's going to sound weird. Am I moving too fast? And then my friends say I always move too fast. But they're almost kind of exactly alike in that way. They're really in sync. And it's really amazing to just see somebody so in sync when you just met them. And then everything, even sex is not awkward. You want to try everything. It's like one of the most honeymoon stages I like about this entire relationship. Yeah, it is the best part of what a honeymoon stage is supposed to look like.
I agree. It was cute. It was really cute. What did you think of Isaac saying that there's been an uptick of homeless people showing signs of paranoid schizophrenia?
I was just about to ask you that. Funny enough.
Well, see, we're in sync.
We're in sync. It happens that way. I mean, granted, it was also the only mention of alienisms that we had this entire episode. But obviously, even when he told Uly was just kind of still in front of just, I'm sober, I'm okay.
I don't think Uly's making connections yet.
He's not making the connections either. So he was also just, it didn't hit him like it needed to hit him. But also, like, now he has Isaac. So he's not focusing on the end of the world or his dreams anymore. He's focusing on this new guy.
It's true, because we haven't seen a Uly. We didn't see a Uly dream this episode, that was rare. We usually get some shots of Uly walking into a dark area with a flashlight where he shouldn't go. But yeah, no Uly dreams. This was I feel like this was a really, if we're gonna talk. Wait, I don't want to skip ahead to predictions because I always want to go to predictions. Let's do your special segment.
Yeah, before we get into our predictions, we're going to get into my favorite special segment, the sex fun fact. And today's topic is safe words. Now, when it comes to choosing a safe word with your partner before engaging in rougher sex, BDSM, or other kinks, there are a lot of different routes you can go. Whether you choose the word stop or a unique one to you that will kill the mood. A survey from Love Honey, a leading adult toy retailer, asked 1,280 people their go-to safe word. Here are the top 10 safe words. Red, pineapple, banana, orange, peach, apple.
So the fruit is
colors and fruit: vanilla, yellow, blue, and number 10, my favorite actually,
is number
unicorn.
10. Unicorn. Interesting.
Obviously, if you're Harry Potter fans, a lot of Harry Potter fans actually use certain words from the movies for their safe word. They even use like Cool Runnings or from a lot of pop culture references.
Really?
That they love, but also it's the epitome of mood killer.
If I went Accio or Accio in the middle of sex, Accio in the middle of sex, my partner would be like, that's a safe word.
If that is your safe word, because you guys talked about what your safe word is going to be.
Oh, I see. Okay, we have to decide that ahead of time.
So yeah, you have to decide.
I can't just start going, blue! Blue!
No, most people, when you're, especially in the BDSM, you have green, yellow, or red. Red is to stop. Yellow means
it's getting weird.
We're going to just slow it down a little bit until you're more comfortable. And then green obviously just means go.
Go, go, go.
But if you're going to get unique and fancy with your safe words, then some people actually have used Donald Trump as a safe word according to this article. That will stop traffic.
Definitely put a stop
I wouldn't
on
say
things.
Trump card, but
Oh, that was good, Chae.
I try. I really try. But
do we have that sound effect? Do we have a There we go.
We're looking for a prediction. What would your safe word be?
My safe word would be... It would be something like, I don't know, something crazy and weird, like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Like, it would be like...
You have the time to say... You have the time to say that, though.
I might, in the moment, I would probably forget how to say that and be going, Mary Poppins! Mary Poppins!
But since that's not your safe word, they won't stop. I
know.
If you choose a safe word, you actually have to be able to remember it and say it. Since I'm a Harry Potter, I'm a Harry Potter fan. So mine would either be Avada Kedavra, because it's the killing curse.
Death, yeah.
Or Crucio.
That's pain.
Yes.
Okay. Well, all right.
I'm simple. I'm a simple girl, you know?
She's like, no, don't bother with symbolism. Just go with the actual. Okay, nice.
I'm just going to go what they actually mean. And, like, it kills everything.
Right.
So, prediction time, guys.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Nikki, we're going to start with you.
I have so many predictions. Okay, first of all, I am very much hoping that Ford breaks up with Sev. I'm hoping that we're building to a moment where Ford is like, enough is enough already. That's one thing. I believe that Carly and Jethro are... I don't know. I feel like Carly is going through something right now. And I think she's going to break up with Jethro, but then realize that she shouldn't have and ask him to come back.
Okay.
That's where I am with them. Like I said, I totally ship Isaac and Ulie, so now I want them to be together, but I don't think they're going to be able to be together. I think that Isaac is going to be the one who helps Ulie realize that the aliens are doing something with the homeless people, and that he's going to help Ulie somehow prevent the end of the world.
Okay. I predict that Carly's definitely going to break up with Jethro. We might see Leif again. To, just throw things in there.
Leif could come back.
Gabriel's definitely coming back. How that's going to affect Ulie and Isaac relationship, we will find out. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Howard will be back joining us next week. We love and miss you. Guys, you can find me at Real Chae Jones on Twitter and Instagram, and Thursdays, I was going to say Saturdays, we're not open. Thursdays at 7 p.m. on The Perfectionist. Nikki, where can the people find you?
Oh, people, you can find me at Nikki Bailey _ on the social medias, and I also am doing the Happy AfterBuzz after show on Wednesday evenings.
Thank you guys so much. Bye.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principal.